Hello, and welcome to Nights in the Nightmare Let's Play. This is video 13, covering scene 10. Last time, when we left off, the Armored Maiden had found the Wisp. She introduced herself as Maria and told the Wisp that she was on his side and that he was in possession of a unique power that only he could wield. The Wisp seemed to go along with it and joined up with her. And that brings us to the next scene, where Maria is a playable character. So, let's check it out and see what's going on. Here we are in the battle preparation screen. Maria is present and she's labeled as required. So if I try to swap her out with one of my knights, no dice. Well, let's hold the stylus to her and check her out. Alright, first things first, she has a great portrait, very detailed. I also like the touch where she's listed as unknown affiliation, quite mysterious. Moving on, her class is Valkyrie. That's a special class. In fact, she's the only Valkyrie in the game. We'll discuss her abilities in a moment. Underneath her class, we see that she is every element. What that means for us is that she can perform an overcharge attack using any weapon. For our knights, they can only do an overcharge if the weapon allows it, and if the weapon matches that knight's elemental affinity. However, Maria doesn't give a shit. She'll overcharge any weapon that has the ability, regardless of its element. Underneath that, we see Maria's biggest weakness, her vitality. She only has 7.77 vitality. That's pretty damn low. I'll discuss that a little bit more later, but it's pretty lame. Alright, let's see. Her law and chaos indices are really strong. Like, really strong. So, she'll come close to getting the maximum potential damage out of a weapon. So that's nice. After that, her loyalty is 0, which is interesting but ultimately meaningless. And finally, her race is unknown. If we go back to the bottom screen, we see that she's demonstrating her attack range, just like all the knights we've used. And check it out, she can attack in all directions. So, she's similar to a lance knight in that regard. Her attack pattern in law phase seems to favor her right side. I guess that's the direction she swings her sword or something. Alright, let's check out chaos phase. So a somewhat similar attack range, but there's something you don't see here. She actually hops like a duelist in Chaos Phase. So we have another unit that can move around on the battlefield. I don't know if she can jump great heights like a duelist, so we'll have to experiment. Aside from that, we can see from the ribbon on the bottom screen that she's level 20. We can also see it from her silhouette. Her level's fixed. We can't level her up between battles like we can for our knights. Furthermore, we can't transsoul a knight to her, or transsoul her to a knight. So her loyalty is 0%, but it doesn't even matter. In fact, she's not even a knight on the roster when we go to the inventory screen. She's not listed. The thing with Maria is that she kind of comes and goes as she sees fit, and if she's there for a stage, she's required. But if the story has her doing something else, she won't be there. Well, she's my only choice for this round. There are no other knights on the field, and I have no spaces to add one. So, Maria's going to have to get all the kills this fight. We'll have to keep an eye on her vitality. If she runs out, she dies, and then the game is over. And remember, she only has 7.77 vitality, so a fairly limited number of attacks. Keeping that in mind, let's find a weapon for her. Now, Maria can equip any weapon. That's right. She can equip a wizard's staff, or an archer's bow, or any other weapon in the game. So that helps reduce inventory space when there are both knights and Maria on the field. She still attacks in her own pattern, so it's not like she's going to fire arrows or anything. But equipping a weapon does allow her to do a skill attack. Alright, I've equipped a darkness weapon, which will beat up this sanctity guy pretty good, and a fire weapon, which will attack this ice dude pretty well. One law weapon and one chaos weapon, so we should be fairly well covered. Alright, I think I've covered Maria. All in all, she's something of a glass cannon due to her low vitality. As long as we don't exhaust her this round, we'll be fine. The next time we use her, her vitality will be restored to 7.77, and the game will scale her to whatever level she's supposed to be. Alright, having said all that, let's get the show on the road. Looks like we have one NPC on the field and a yellow banner, so I have his key item. Maria is already a member. I don't have to worry about giving her a key item. Alright, nothing left to do but get some kills.
Engage!
This guy is mentioning Savan, who was an NPC from a previous scene.
Open fire!
Pretty big jump, wasn't it? Fortunately, the monster matrix is pretty small for this round. That was nice of them to do. And there was really nothing left to do. I think I've got a pretty decent setup. Let's just keep getting kills. There, Maria just jumped from a height of 0.5 to 1.5, so she has some chops. And that's that. So Maria made pretty short work of those guys. Well, if nothing else, you have to admit that those knights in the flashback were brave. What a dismal situation. Apparently something is blocking the castle. Now, we actually learned that in the previous flashback when Freeber mentions it. So it's pretty obvious that something is preventing communication to the castle. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, we're back. And once again, I didn't do anything. It wasn't even worth doing a break in the video. What a waste of time. we are, and looks like a boss fight. So this here is the culprit that had been blocking the route to the castle and cutting off communication, and it looks like we're gonna have to kill it. So it looks like Maria's back for another round. She's level 21 this time, and I have an option of adding another knight in there, in that empty spot. Aside from that, it'll be same as always. Get the key items, deliver them to the NPCs and the knight, and then kill the bad guy. Alright, this was a pretty short video. I'll see you guys next time when we tackle the boss.